Hey there.
What?
It's Thursday. This is so weird.
Yeah.
So listen, in advance of Friday, which is tomorrow, this weekend, it's your chance to have some fun. And we just want to make sure that you're trimmed up. Manscaped.com/dangle. Use the promo code. It's dangle. That's it. 20% off, free shipping. Let's start the show, baby.
The Steve Dangle Podcast. Powered by Sports Interaction. Canada's Sportsbook.
SDP. The Steve Dangle Podcast. With your hosts, Steve Dangle, Adam Wilde, and Jesse Blake.
Hello, friends and lovers.
What?
Lots of stuff to talk about today, man. Like, there's some stuff because of the Mitchell Miller story. We haven't been able to talk about some of the other things, hockey-related, that have gone down. So we are going to be talking about the Zegras goal that was called back last night.
Yeah.
It's the most NHL thing you've ever seen in your life. We got to talk about, we need to unpack Jim Rutherford. Unpack Jim Rutherford. We are going to ask if Matt Murray's going to be an option for this weekend for the Leafs. And one last quick thing. Jesse and Steve and I are going to give you our top 5 teams of the week. Our power list.
Of the season so far.
Yeah, season so far. Yeah, not just like how you perform this week, because that's boring. But firstly, I want to start by this. The thing that we all knew was going to happen, happened. PK Subban has officially signed on to be an analyst at ESPN. So we just want to say a little shout out to PK. Steve has been on PK's show before. We worked with them. We raised money for Shom.
For the hospital.
That's right. And so congratulations to PK because it'll be his first day today, and he's already better than us. The guy he's just so charismatic. It's perfect. And you talked about in the off season, because we were kind of counting down the days in the summer. Oh, PK's not signed. PK's not signed. PK's not signed. Steve, what did you say back in August about it?
I said it's not a matter of him not being good enough for the NHL, and it's not a matter of teams not wanting him. It's a matter of, is this worth it to me? Because PK Subban is in a position that a lot of NHL players are not, in that people are dying for him to begin his television career.
Yeah.
And they're going to throw a lot of money at him for it. And ESPN, I assume, is not... PK, this is not an internship at ESPN.
Right.
They are giving him a decent amount of money for a decent amount of years. He's probably making more money than he was offered to play in the NHL.
So he's doing the panels and stuff, but I also believe there were rumors about him doing some sort of, I don't think it's like a docu-series, but something where they're following him around.
So he has a tentative deal that's out there called PK's Place.
There you go.
So remember I brought it up because Eli Manning has one called Eli's Place.
So be like a side cast, like what Steve does?
Sounds like Kess's house. What the hell?
Man, that was a huge success.
It's not that at all, actually. They go around and they just do fun little skits and things like that. Like one time, Eli Manning went to a college campus and he dressed up in full costume and he pretended to be a recruit and he played on the team and then he tried out for the team and that sort of stuff. So PK is going to have an equivalent to that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, where he does, I don't know, he goes out and does things, just PK doing stuff.
Yeah, who's the new guy who's the size of an NFL player with a huge head? Couldn't be one of the Manning brothers.
I like this because, we've been dying for great panels for a long, long time in hockey. And we're starting to see it in the States. Those panels in the States are starting to really gel, and you're starting to see some highlights. Like, no one comes close. We always mention it. The TNT panel for basketball is the greatest panel in North American sports. I can't speak for Europe because I don't watch, but it is absolutely the best panel. And we're starting to see some real personalities get injected into it.
Yeah.
And it'll be nice. It'll be nice to get some young blood. Like, I sort of wish Torts was still working.
So that they could go head to head?
Because I would love to, imagine, and it's funny that we mentioned Torts, the Michigan goal last night. If it had been last season, and it's Torts on the first Michigan goal saying it's bad for the game, and having PK and him kind of go at it on the panel, not in a mean way, but in a fun way, that'd be perfect. Be perfect. That's what you want. You want completely different points of view on this stuff.
Yeah. But like I said in the summer, PK's got a lot of hard miles on the body. And what would you rather do if you had if you were offered the exact same amount of money? Do you want to get the shit beat out of you for 82 games plus and be on a plane, I don't know, every 3 days, maybe? Or I have a better idea. Sit in a studio with like catering
And a nice suit.
and show off all your suits.
And work for the most vaunted sports network in the world.
There was I saw Berkshire before the show tweeted a clip that apparently Roman Yossi, who would have played with PK for a number of years in Nashville, said PK would sit there for an extra 15 minutes in his suit taping sticks just to make sure everyone saw the outfit he was wearing.
No.
You know what?
No,
If
he
you're
just
gonna-
really needs to tape them.
If you're going to spend that kind of money and you're going to get that suit done to, because you know what? Like
correct.
Hockey, when you got a hockey player body, you got thick legs. So you're not,
Yes.
you're not wearing suits off the rack. Those guys have to have custom made pants every time they have a suit.
All of them.
Unless you're Pierre Engvall, who does have stick legs, but but they're very strong.
Does he have stick
Yeah,
legs?
he's very like, look, because he's more of a, there's guys
Oh.
like Crosby looks like 2 gigantic cinder blocks in each pant leg.
I think you might have it wrong on Engvall. That
You
guy's
think so?
He's shredded.
I'm not saying he's not shredded.
And
I'm
now
saying
you're
he's
forcing me to
muscular.
look it up.
Point that's trying to be made
All
here.
I'm saying is, if PK is going to spend all that money on those suits, man, I'd stick around. I want people to be seeing me in that too.
Yeah, I need 50 sticks for this road trip. So
And he'd always have like the vest too. That's hard to pull
Always.
off. You got to be in really good shape to pull off the vest underneath the jacket.
and the Darkwing Duck hat.
Yes.
Mitch Marner's had some bad suits lately.
You think so?
He's gone beltless.
What's wrong with beltless?
He's gone beltless, giant hat, and no socks.
Okay,
And
giant. The
it's
front
not-
didn't work.
He's trying.
Yeah, try better.
You got to listen. He can't be good at everything.
Every game day, the Toronto Maple Leafs, I don't think it's every game day, but most game days, they post the fit pics.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
we love.
Of the guys walking in. Morgan Riley, every single time, looks like he's going to work at Dunder Mifflin.
Yep.
He looks like he has Jim's or Dwight Schrute's exact suit on.
How dare you?
Same with
Just
John
because Morgan Riley was born a 47-year-old man, how dare you?
John Tavares looks like he's going to work at an accounting firm. He's going to work at a KPMG or something, you know?
Oh, that's a good example. Damn.
Yeah. And then Austin's out there trying. Austin's
Austin
trying.
looks good, man.
He's got
His suits are good.
He usually has like a Dior saddlebag or something.
Yes.
It looks fun.
Yep.
Mitch is trying but failing.
I respect the attempt, though. Like, okay,
I think he does well most of the
He's
time.
trying,
What's
but-
hold on? We got to talk about. I gotta go back to this. Sorry, Steve.
No.
Beltless. What's wrong with beltless?
Yeah.
I'll bring it up.
If you got those tabs on the side of the suit, I have a suit. It's my only suit. I have 2 suits. Sorry, and one of them is a beltless suit. You cannot wear a belt with it because it has tabs on the side that you tighten up, and it's a high end suit. It's what I wore for my wedding.
That suit.
Yeah.
That suit was going for it. Okay, Adam, I'm asking you as your friend.
Yeah.
Which wedding?
The second wedding.
Oh, so
more
I
recent
don't
wedding.
know that suit.
Well, I'm telling you
wasn't
that.
there.
See, there's nothing
Yeah, what
wrong
do you-
with this. It's
I
a good
don't-
suit.
No. So Mitch Marner, for anybody listening, he's wearing a gray suit,
So
beltless, and a white collared shirts under. That's pretty nice.
I think the white washes him out in this picture. I think you need a different
we doing
contrasted
this right
shirt. Why not? I think you need a different colored shirt, maybe even an off-white to go with that gray. I think it's already a light gray. You need something to contrast with it,
See, he's attempting the no socks shoes,
which is good. He can do that.
I'm jealous of that because they tried to talk me into it for my Conn Smythe Gala suit with all the butterflies and everything
Yeah.
from last year. That was my version of going for it. But they're like, you should wear the sockless shoes. And I tried them on just to humor them. And I said no. And they asked why. And I said, because my feet are a different color than the rest of my body. They're, I don't know why, but they're like yellowish. Like
They're jaundice?
I have jaundice only in the top of my feet. I don't know what it is. So I wouldn't do it.
Future gout man.
Yeah. Whoa.
You know what? You know what?
Can't
Mitch's suit reminds me of?
What?
It reminds me a little of if he was a used car salesman down south.
No.
Somewhere in Texas.
But he's at least selling a used Mercedes.
Yeah, something high end, something big.
He's not selling you a Toyota Tercel.
No,
He's selling you like
probably like a Range Rover. Like you need a big truck
He
or
is
something
not
in Texas.
Foghorn Leghorn at a dealership. I say you there. How dare you?
The no belt adds to the sloppiness of the suit. I don't know. I'm not big a fan.
So okay,
You're wrong.
So
how dare you?
Also, Steve, I get you on the no socks thing because when they do the no socks thing, they have to cut the suit higher, right? They tailor the legs up. And my problem is my calves are so thick that the pants ride up. My back shins are so thick that my pants ride up, and then I just look like I'm wearing oddly sized pants. Whereas like a guy like Jesse can do that because the pants are going to stay low on him. I need to have like weights sewn into my pants to keep them down.
Damn,
that's bad. I hate suits. I hate them.
See, Austin.
I love how I look in them though. So,
Austin, 10 out of 10.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, see?
Austin, 10 out of 10.
Sharp.
Look at this look.
Oh, and the white tennis shoes?
You throwing the sneakers?
Yeah, baby. Yes. Clean. Mwah.
Yeah.
That bag is also like $8,000.
But
he can afford it.
There's a fucklessness to Austin Matthews though. Look at how fuckless he is.
These guys These guys have stylists, right?
He does not give a fuck. He's never had a fuck to give in the world. Look at him.
These guys have stylists though. They have to. These guys are not. But one guy though, if you told me he did not have a stylist, I would be like, yep, I can see that as Willie. And Willie does always look good. William Nylander's he's got a sharp suit, man.
How dare you say Morgan Riley looks like he's? No one from Dunder Mifflin is wearing a purple suit.
God, he looks like your dad at yeah. See, look.
That's Willie. No, I'll bring up Morgan's.
We are being the Toronto media-eist right now.
Look at Morgan.
Yeah, no, that's
Tell me Morgan's not working at Dunder Mifflin.
Okay, that one, yeah.
He is.
That one, yeah, and phone in the front pocket.
Phone in the front.
No, you got to put that on your butt.
Yeah, different brand of fuckless.
Adam's very right. There's JT in his business suit.
Yeah, but just like a good suit.
He's going to work. On Bay Street.
I'm going to put it front foot. Haha.
Okay, he put on his best groomsman suit.
So it does look like that.
John Tavares' definition of I'm going to be adventurous. I'm going to be adventurous. Is he put on purple socks?
Yes.
Ooh, did he get a little freaky deaky with the
hockey
socks?
Fights cancer. You bad person.
No, this would have been. This isn't last game. This is the game before.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's 4 days ago. Well, you're a bad person regardless. So
okay.
How about that? You hunk of shit.
Adam is right. Willie is always the best dressed.
Yeah. Oh. And I think Willie comes. I just get the sense that is Willie. You remember the prosciutto picture, the famous prosciutto? Like, what is you doing, baby?
Yeah.
That's how he dresses. And him and his brother walking around topless wherever the hell they were. Like,
wouldn't you?
That of course I would. Yeah, I'm hot and Swedish, and I'm a bazillionaire. Absolutely,
Calgarian.
Yeah, you're right.
Fair.
We Jesse and I think we've talked about this before. We worked with somebody at Bell. I still work with her. Jesse's a quitter. She is the biggest Leafs fan you've ever met, besides Steve Dangle, and cannot stand William Nylander because she thinks she is very upset by the fact that he calls himself Swedish. She's like, he was born in Calgary. He's a Canadian. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, he grew up in Sweden. She's like, doesn't matter.
Could you? What if she, hear me out, chilled?
Nah, there's no chill with Lisa. Not with the Leafs and Lisa. No.
Absolutely Willie wins. Also the AirPods. AirPods fit the suit.
Yeah.
I don't know what about it, but it looks good.
Yeah,
AirPods do look clean. They do. Although I know from what I understand, there are other high-end earbuds out there that are good. I never see any. You know, there's I think Bose makes them. I think Panasonic makes them. Around the same price, but you never see that. You always see the AirPods.
See, I'm more Morgan Riley style, where I just wear the earbuds with the cord. Plug it in.
You don't have Bluetooth earbuds?
I'm not responsible enough for them.
They're great.
No.
Change your life.
No.
Okay, fine. The other thing I want to let you guys know in more Devils news is that Martin Brodeur is going to be executive vice president of hockey ops for the Devils. I mean, man, things are all coming up Devils, honestly, recently. Wow. And you know what? Deservedly so. So he will focus solely on the hockey operations side in New Jersey. His duties, according to Greg Wyshynski, will include personnel decisions, player recruitment, scouting, and overseeing the team's goaltending development department. And I think when it comes to recruitment and overseeing the goaltending, that's a pretty good guy that you'd want to have representing your franchise.
Although his most famous story from his time with the Blues was causing Jordan Binnington to refuse his demotion.
Please tell that story.
So if I remember correctly, the Blues tried to send I think Jordan Binnington was given the impression he was next up. And basically, Brodeur signing with the Blues, if I'm not mistaken, blocked that.
Okay.
And then he toiled away in the minors, Now Brodeur works for the Blues. And he has to inform him, Jordan, we're sending you to the East Coast League. To which he responded, no, you're not.
You want me to read the quotes from Jordan?
Yes, please.
All right. So Marty Brodeur, who is new in the management role, he comes up to me and is talking to me like, hey, so Binner, I talked to them and he's a great guy. So I stopped him and said, you can stop right there, Marty. I'm not going. And he's like, I think you have to go. And then Binnington stops his story to say, you know what? I don't want to get into it. Great guy, great goaltender. But I was called up a couple years ago and he came out of being like chilling at home to take my spot, took my number, and now he's trying to send me to Cheddar, the ECHL team. Great guy. We have a great relationship still. But from there, I said no.
And that's when
you can see him. You can see Benner saying that
100%. And then he threw a fake punch. Yeah.
What are you gonna do, Marty? Old man now.
Yeah. Take that. I've seen your stupid commercial.
Enterprise.
Yeah.
Come pick this up.
Rent these hands. And so he refused assignment to the ECHL. Rent these hands, Marty. He refused assignment to the ECHL. They loaned him to AHL Providence, where he played with the Bruins affiliate, was eventually called up to the Blues, and later that season beat the Bruins in the Stanley Cup final. Absolutely wild. And then got a contract that was maybe a little too much. But,
yeah.
But whatever. He earned it. He won a cup. What?
What do you think about his contract?
It was maybe a little too much.
Adam, you gonna tell Dougie?
Listen.
You're gonna tell Mr. Armstrong?
You mean guest of the Agent Provocateur podcast, Doug Armstrong, who Blues fans said, hey, he doesn't talk much, and he talked on your show. That was great.
Yeah, and look at them. They went straight to shit.
That
job.
Happened a season later, sir. Also, I do want to say there is a new AP out today, and
is it good?
Yeah, it's about
good.
No, it's terrible. No, it's actually really great. It's and you know that concussions are a big focus with Allen because he wants to protect players. Weird. The NHL has refused to acknowledge a link between CTE and hockey and repeated blows to the head. But what I learned about this, by the way, former WWE superstar Chris Nowinski is our guest. He's a Harvard grad, played football at Harvard, was a professional wrestler until he got 4 concussions. Jeez. And the last one has left him with a permanent sleeping disorder. He founded at Boston University their CTE department. It's quite the resume and the story this guy has. And he's really well spoken, and he can explain concussions in a way that we've done multiple episodes on it. I've never heard it like this before. And what was really fascinating was, okay, so can you remember a time in your life where you got a concussion?
I've never been diagnosed with one, but yes.
Okay, so what happened?
I didn't feel the best way I could describe
what was the incident?
Is I didn't feel right.
What was the incident?
Well, one was I had a tire dropped on my head.
Okay, not a good idea. Before. Not a good idea.
Yeah, that was an accident.
Mm-hmm.
And another time, when I got rear-ended on the DVP,
mm-hmm.
When I got in that car accident that fucked up my neck, permanently, seemingly. I think I got a concussion.
Okay,
because I was on the road.
There was a snap.
I should not have been driving after that, and I was just like, "Yeah, I don't feel right, but let's get home and I'll be fine." I shouldn't have drove.
So everybody has, well, not everybody, but some people have that moment, right? Where you're like, I think there was a concussion there. I had one. I was in an ATV accident.
I didn't know right away.
And so what Chris does is he explains that CTE isn't just from concussions. It's from repeated, quote unquote, Alan called it subconcussive, but actually Chris called it non-concussive hits to the head. So what's a non-concussive hit to the head? Well, he said there were plenty of times when he was playing football at Harvard that he got knocked out, and then, or what should have hurt, a hit that should have hit him hard, he popped right back up afterwards. And what they're almost 99% sure, because you can't really tell until somebody's dead if they had CTE or not.
Right.
What he's almost sure is, like, medical science is basically, this is almost a guarantee, as close as you can get to a guarantee as we are with anything, is that sometimes those are the hits. Repeated, because if you're an athlete, you're taking 50 to 100 of those a week sometimes, right? Your football, your hockey, maybe hockey less so. And so what was fascinating about it is everybody thinks, well, CTE only comes from concussions. Well, no. Sometimes it's from hits that are maybe even harder. And they're talking about G-forces here, like 50 Gs sometimes. These guys are taking hits. Yeah, it's crazy. And repeated amounts of those can also lead to these issues. And so this is why he's talked to Hockey Canada and USA Hockey about raising the limit on when kids should start hitting. And I was always, for me, I remember hearing about that the first time, and being the caveman that I was like, well, that's stupid. You got to learn how to hit. And what they're saying is, well, you can learn how to hit, but the reality is that the athletes that are paid to do this are accepting the risk by putting their body on the line to do it. Kids are paying to do it, to learn how to be a good teammate and how to be a good sport. And 99.99999% of them are never going to get paid to do it. So why the risk on their brains too? It's a great episode. He explains it far better than I ever could. Man, you gotta listen to this. I think it's important if you got kids, and I think it's important, frankly, if you've played any sort of competitive sports in your life, to help you understand a little bit more about this. We're not just blaring on about something that isn't there, that doesn't exist. And also, he talks about how he met Gary Bettman and Bill Daly and how they twisted his words about concussions.
Which is
so surprising. Them. I know that you're shocked.
Oh,
yeah. So it's a great episode. Shall we do? You can bet that.
Let's do it.
Let's get into it, Dave.
Sports Interaction, Canada's Sportsbook presents You Can Bet That with David Bastel. Must be 18 plus. Please play responsibly. Ontario only.
You know when Jeff?
Wrong one.
Wrong one. You know when Jeff Bezos purchased the rights to Thursday Night Football for $70 million. Do you think that he expected, it was him, do you think he expected to get all of the bad games? It's amazing how the NFL has put all the bad games on Thursday night on Amazon. It's crazy.
Wow.
Now, we got another probable bad one to talk about. Dave, what do we got for tonight?
Well, first place Atlanta Falcons, which are a dismal team, by the way, 500 team, against a really terrible Carolina Panther team that kind of sold off most of their offensive weapons outside of DJ Moore. So, Atlanta 2.5-point favorites at Sports Interaction. I'm kind of leaning there, Jess. I don't know about you, but there's some really good props for this game. And as bad as these games are, and I will not defend it, the numbers are pretty good ratings wise, and people will watch anything with the NFL logo on it. It's ridiculous, but it's kind of true.
Yeah, don't worry, Jesse. I got this one. Yeah, the team that Ludacris cheers for is going to win. I think because they kick for 3. I learned from that song, and that's what they'll win by. Jesse, go ahead.
All right. No, we got the analysis from you, Steve. I think everybody should lean heavy on the Atlanta Falcons. And -2.5.
A little more up Steve's alley, and this is kind of fitting because Sidney Crosby and the Penguins are coming to town in Toronto tomorrow night. Tell us about your Crosby reaching 1,500 points this year prop.
Yeah, it's basically a toss-up between yes or no. Is he going to hit that mark? So quickly with the numbers, and I've been crunching them down this morning. It's kind of interesting. He's had a pretty good year. He's just over a point a game pace player. He always has been for the most part. He needs 76 points from now to get to 1,500. So there's 69 games left.
Oh, he can do it. He can do it.
He's very and here you want to hear the craziest stat too. So this is Sid's 18th season in the NHL.
Wow.
He's never had a season that has a total of 90 to 99 points in it. Never. He's had multiple 100 points, multiple 80 something points, but if he's going to get the 1500, he's going to need 91 points. That's kind of weird for Sid Crosby. You're number 18. I don't feel old at all.
So hold on. Yeah, I know. Sidney Crosby, I just want to know how many he has already this year. How many points does he have? I'm looking it up right now.
15 points in 13 games.
Okay, so here's what I think about Sidney Crosby.
So he's on pace to do it.
So here's why I take the over on this, because it also allows for, because Sidney Crosby can do 76 points in 60 games. So to me, it gives you the 9-game stretch somewhere throughout the year where he's banged up and he needs to take a breather. And that happens every year for Sid because he plays so hard. Mm-hmm. He's got so many, it's weird to say, but he's, Sid the Kid is no longer a kid, got a lot of hard miles on the body. The body's holding up really well. But Sidney Crosby never plays a full 82, ever.
No.
The last time he played a full 82 was 17-18. So you got to allow for, 5 to 10 games where he can't. So can he do it in that time? Absolutely.
I would sprinkle the over there just because, again, you know me, I like to cheer for something, right? But I'm not doing it because I think it's the most likely occurrence.
Wow. Oh, wow. Wow. Hater.
You're right.
All the Sid haters over there.
Right?
No,
Sid hater.
it's just,
it's him.
It's hard. It's very hard to do.
You're right that it's the most fun thing to do is if you have a season-long bet with Sidney Crosby and every time he touches the puck, you're rooting for a goal because you're like, you got to hit that 1,500.
And it's on my fantasy team, so double cheer.
Oh, there you go.
Double cheer, fantasy, money.
Yeah.
There it is. Dave, sportsinteraction.com/SDPN. You can follow Dave at Dave Bastel. You can follow Sports Interaction at SIA Sport. And Dave, we will see you Monday, sir.
I like it. Have a good weekend, guys.
Jesse.
Yes.
Steve's in a hurry.
Why?
I don't know. He seems to be like, hey, guys, I need to get in my car and drive home. Steve, what are you doing when you get home?
It's just as little as possible.
That's right. He's using his Performance Package 4.0 to remove all the excess hair.
How dare you?
Is it? How dare I?
How dare you not read the opening line that Manscaped gave you?
Oh, what did they say? I was going to save it for
Read
next
it.
week.
Read it.
This holiday season, I'll be giving thanks to our friends at Manscaped. Everyone loves turkey and stuffing, but you'll be looking like dessert with the help of Manscaped's Performance Package 4.0.
That is better than whatever nonsense you wanted to say.
All right, fine.
It was pretty good. That was quite nice.
Trim your stockings by going to manscaped.com and using the promo code
Stocking? No, you lost me. No.
for free shipping and 20% off. By the way, I made that one up myself.
Oh, no way.
I did.
Yeah, that's why it sucked.
Comeback king over here.
That was
all right?
crap.
So, Steve, you get in the car and you go home, sir, after this show's over, and you trim it.
You get to writing better
Trim
ones.
it.
Trim your stock.
Manscaped.com. Use that code DANGLE for 20% off and free shipping. You heard me. Trim it. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Listen, we've all talked about our mental health struggles on the show, and, they can come in waves. They can be ever present. Everybody's situation is unique to themselves. I'm glad we're talking about it here, and I'm glad that athletes are talking about it. It's more kind of come into play in sports. And if you're feeling like, you know what, I just need somebody to talk to. It doesn't really have to be any one reason, although people always seem to wait for like one big thing to happen. Okay, now I'm going to therapy. You don't need to do that.
No.
If you're feeling tired, if you're feeling unfulfilled, if you're feeling directionless, or if you're just feeling like, you know what, it might be good to have a third party, BetterHelp is kind of the place to go. They're the world's largest therapy service. BetterHelp has matched 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists, available 100% online, and it's affordable. That's the key. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist, and if things aren't clicking, you can switch to a new therapist anytime. It couldn't be simpler. And I can tell you from having to find a therapist that you click with, that is really important. It's almost like a first date. You got to have some chemistry. You know what I mean? No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. Learn more and save 10% off your first month. Go to betterhelp.com/SDP. That is betterhelp.com/SDP. Want to bet? You can do it at Sports Interaction. It's Canada's sportsbook. It's football season. World Series just wrapped up.
My favorite.
Yeah, Steve, who knows so much about football. World Series did just wrap up, but we do have a lot of puck and a lot of NBA. You can bet pregame, you can bet live and play, or on one of the many prop bets made for Canadians by Canadians. Sports Interaction makes it easy to deposit, play, and cash out. So join now to see all that betting has to offer. Head to sportsinteraction.com/SDPN. That's
sportsinteraction.com/SDPN.
You were faster.
Thank you for doing that, because he would have messed it up.
I wouldn't have. I know the read. You know what you forgot? Ontario only, 19 plus. Please play responsibly. You guys both made fun of me.
You know what I can't stand?
No.
I can't stand fun.
Yeah?
It's not good for the game.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well, listen, I want to rewind you. And we talked about it a little bit earlier, but everybody remembers the quote last year when Torts was on the ESPN panel and he was talking with the former LA Kings coach, and they're talking about Zegras scoring the Michigan-style goal where he gets that up on a stick and flips it around the net. Absolutely incredible. Him and Sonny Milano hooking up on that was amazing. Amazing.
The more I hear that kid talk, by the way, the more I like him.
Oh, he's the best.
I really
He's such
like Trevor
he just
Zegras.
seems like a cool guy.
Yeah.
So what's interesting about that is at the time, Torts said, yeah, I think it's bad for the game. And to piggyback off of that, even though you know I disagree with Torts, what is bad for hockey is every time a goal is scored, the anticipation of, or not the relief of, hey, the goal went in and that's fun. It's the anticipation of, is the other team going to challenge this? So if you're Jesse's gonna flash this on the screen, or at least a flash freeze frame on the screen. Trevor Zegras scored a goal 29 seconds after an offside last night.
29.
So to me, especially if you're the Ducks, if the Ducks have the puck in your zone for 29 seconds, that's on you. Like, it's the Ducks. That's on you. There has to be, the NHL must institute if the goal happens within 5 seconds or the first shot, okay, fine, we're calling it back. Other than that,
no, you're being too
10
nice.
seconds.
No, get rid of it.
I agree with
I would love to get rid of it. I just don't think they will.
Now, well, because what you're suggesting makes sense. In practice, I don't think they can do it, because now you're reviewing two things.
Okay.
You're reviewing, was it or wasn't it onside? And you're reviewing how much time.
Right. And
when was we're going to go frame by frame. And
your way is finding a solution, but in the end, it'd only make it more complicated, because then we'd have the stopwatch guys who are sitting there with the stopwatch and be like, okay, that was 31 seconds, 0.5.
Yeah.
You know, so it's either this is how the game is, or we need to get rid of this thing because it's ruining the game. This was an amazing goal. Like you were saying, Trevor Zegras is slowly becoming one of my favorite players.
Yep.
He was mic'd up on the bench too, and there's some fucking hilarious clips out of that, out of the game. He ran into somebody, and then he went back to the bench. He's yelling, I'm
130 pounds.
No, do it.
Yeah, and Reimer goes, are you really?
And he goes, no, about 170. He's so funny. I understand why EA put him on the cover of the game. And this stuff is so cool. Him just doing the Michigan casually instead of a wraparound mid-game. It's unbelievable. And we're taking it away because there was a sliver of a foot that was offside that had no effect on the actual play.
Fans
Get
got
rid
this
of it.
wrong. Like, we all got this wrong. I wanted offside reviews. We were wrong. That review the other day, Morgan Riley, it's onside by a sliver. What if it was offside by a sliver? Who gives a shit? Like, maybe I'm misremembering, to quote Roger Clemens.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember goals being offside. Like, look at this. They're offside by, 6 inches. I don't remember this being a crisis when we were younger.
No.
It wasn't, because cameras weren't that good. And we
That's
accepted
true.
back in the day that the game was reffed by human beings, and therefore there would be human mistakes. There's human error.
And they would be so seldomly offside, and so seldomly by an amount that mattered. You know what I mean? The spirit of the rule was Matt Duchene being 10 feet offside literally ruined the sport.
Yep.
Like, it fucked it up forever, because now we gotta do frame by frame.
And you can't enjoy a goal.
This shitty ring cam that they shove into the boards. What is that?
Let me ask you this, too. So, Leafs scored their first goal against Vegas the other day, and Vegas calls a timeout to get a second look at it right away.
They need to. They gotta They got to make that illegal. And yes, I know the Leafs did it as well. That's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough. Make that illegal.
You suck the air out of the building when you do that.
Because, well, no, I think it's 20 seconds or 30 seconds to decide to review. So there's 20 seconds or 30 seconds. Now there's an extra 30-second delay in the timeout. And then you decide, you know what, we want to review. And then that could take up to 9 minutes, as we found out. For God's sake, can we play the game? Mm-hmm. Holy shit. Like, part of going to a hockey game, part of the contract, I give you money, you give me seat in building.
Entertainment. You give me entertainment.
You give me entertainment, and a game will be played. Ugh.
Right.
No one wants this.
So let me ask you this, because the comment section will. Game 7, it's the Leafs versus, let's say it's a 93 matchup. It's the Leafs versus the Kings.
You fucker.
Okay? All right?
Son of a gun.
And Anze Kopitar is Trevor Zegras. And he scores, and the Kings win the cup. How do you feel about no offside review? No, even worse. Philip Deneau.
Oh, no, even worse. Trevor Moore.
Oh, Carl Grundstrom.
No, even worse. Sean Dursey. So now we got to hear about it from Alan, too.
That's right, yeah. Because he is noted.
No, even worse. Martin Firk. Or no, he's not there anymore.
The best slap shot in hockey.
Son of a gun.
How do you feel about it then?
You deal with it.
You deal with it. You know what? I'm with you on that. I think you have to. The sacrifice is just not worth it. It like, honestly, how does hockey get better? And I know Ducks fans are with us on this one, but any team you're playing for, how is hockey served by this truly?
I don't know, man.
So I wonder if it's something they're going to take a look at. And the NHL is notoriously slow. Also, Gary Bettman rightly is going to say, you guys asked for this.
Yep.
And Gary, listen, Gary loves to win, and he loves to rub your nose in it.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised if it's a couple more years of him going, yeah, you know what? Tell me what to do.
Yes, just
No, go ahead.
Well, how long was the review?
I don't have the actual. I wasn't watching.
Jesse,
live.
how come you weren't watching in
No, I don't know. Because
Long.
listen,
Too long.
I was watching Montreal destroy Vancouver.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
man. We're getting to that.
Demko drop looked so all right
Yeah.
right now. JT Miller's next. Holy shit. It's a points league though. I don't think it would have made a difference in this case. I'm still dead set on, let's say, 2 minutes. 2 minute review for max. For 2 minute max for review. That I think solves some problems, but this goal not counting sucks ass.
So I think there's a couple things that the NHL could do here to try and fix this issue. One is they could wait till the technology gets there, because in baseball, everybody's trying to move towards robot umpires and robot everything because the technology is there. We watch a baseball game on TV and you see the little pitch block and it's 1-to-1. And the minor leagues have tested it to where you can have that technology come in an instant. Tennis is there in a split second. They know whether a call is in or out. But with hockey, it's still done by an eye test through video review. We don't have a chip in the puck and a chip across the blue line and a chip in all the skates so that we could know, like the same way a soccer ball goes across a line in the World Cup where they have technology for that. We don't have that in hockey yet. So either you can wait till you get the technology, you can take it out and then wait till we get to that point, or you can do something where we can get rid of the egregious calls and have the eye in the sky ref. Where if the eye in the sky ref sees it and sees it in real time that you missed a Matt Duchene offside, then he calls it back. But you got to get rid of the coach's challenges, and we're sitting there for 2 minutes looking at microscopes. That's the part that's annoying. The egregious calls, I think we should utilize technology and television to get rid of those, and just have the fifth ref just sit in Toronto if you want it to. It doesn't have to be in the building. Just sit in Toronto, look at it on TV, and if in real time a dude is egregiously offside, phone the ref, tell him to call it back, and that's it.
What if you get like the video coach and you get 2 buzzes a game where you go, I think that was offside, and if a goal goes in, I don't know.
No, that's overcomplicating it.
Yeah.
Just if it's Matt Duchene level, call it back. If it's not, then leave it. If the dude's 6 inches offside, leave it. We don't make this distinction with icing.
It's
No, we
honestly,
don't.
Icing,
No, we don't.
Icing is the biggest cheat in hockey.
Yeah.
You are supposed to cross the fucking red line to ice the puck.
Thank
Were you
And
at my house when I filmed Dang It's
Thank
today?
you.
No.
I talked about that in context of
Oh,
this
God,
goal.
really?
I'm so glad
Yeah,
somebody's
okay.
saying this. Go. Keep going. Keep going.
No, we have come to a conclusion in hockey where you can ice the puck if your stick maybe in the air crosses the red line magically through some eye that the ref just decides.
Or if your age starts with a 3 and the ref likes you.
Yeah, who cares? You get kind of close
Well,
to the
and
red
you
line,
see-
you can ice the puck.
You see
But we
guys just
don't do-
dogging it.
Oh,
Dogging
yeah.
it after the puck.
And if you're a guy who's 20 and it's a couple years in the league and you don't really get to the red line, they'll call you on icing.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're a vet and you just kind of get there and then you send the puck, it's not icing. No. So we've just all accepted that. Why don't we just accept that with offsides? And if it's really egregious, like with icing, we make a call.
That Matt Duchene goal is like maybe the most consequential goal of the last 10 years.
Oh gosh.
Like
It's awful. This Zegras goal is the best goal of the year and it's not a goal.
so many fans in Anaheim probably don't get out to a ton of games, trying it out for the first time. You're bringing your friend, you're trying to get them to stick around. Like, this is a market that Gary wants to succeed. And you just saw that's a top 10 goal of the year candidate. Flushed. Just flush it.
Awesome. Is it in hat picks?
No, it's in Dang It.
Yeah, because
it didn't count.
You can't qualify it for a hat pick because
That
It didn't count.
That's so stupid.
This can't be what the NHL wants. And I think they'll quote unquote discuss it at the GM meetings, which I have never. Honestly, the GM meetings just seem like let's go to Florida and have some fun for a few days. What has ever come out of the GM meetings that's definitive?
The
Ever?
cap.
That never even came out. That was the owners' meetings. No one at the GM. There's nothing. Oh well, they discussed this and discussed that, but they really didn't come to a consensus on that. There has been nothing at the GM meetings that they've ever done. that they've ever been like, yep, let's move forward. Wait for it this year. Just wait for it. It's gonna be like, well, they discussed a whole bunch of things. They just have gold-plated pucks.
Yeah.
We
Did
discussed.
we use enough sunscreen?
We were gonna put a bronze statue of Gary Bettman out front of every arena to say thank you, Gary. Thank you for what you do. Well, we weren't. There's no consensus, but I'm telling you, if they discuss this at the GM meetings, you might actually get some consensus. You might actually get somebody saying, "Hey, listen, enough with this. This is garbage. It's not good for the game." They're gonna sell ticket on. Do you sell the ticket on the offside review, or do you sell it on Zegras doing what he did with the Michigan goal
And just
at the highest level in the game, and he can do that?
every goal.
Take it back. Nope.
Camera.
Sorry, guy.
Sorry, Poncho guy.
Sorry, Poncho guy with the. Does he have a mohawk, by the way, Poncho guy?
No, he's bald.
Yeah, he's got a mohawk.
Oh, he does.
is our
Poncho
new
guy with
favorite.
the mohawk.
Leave him alone.
Poncho guy.
Listen, that
And
guy
gloves.
is my
the
father's
cell phone,
age.
The cell phone around his neck.
He said
That
it's
guy
my-
looks comfy as fuck.
Yeah,
you
he
guys
does.
are mean. He looks comfy as hell.
What? I'm not saying he's not comfy.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
like Poncho
Listen,
guy.
yo, man, there's some confidence there. That guy's got a mohawk and a poncho and wearing a cell phone around his neck. You wish you had confidence like
You're
that.
absolutely
You wish
right.
you felt
I
comfortable
do.
like that.
I do.
You couldn't pull those off, Steve.
No, I couldn't. I bet he's got sockless shoes as well.
I bet he does.
No belt.
I bet
no
he
belt.
does. No belt. He's probably got no, if he does wear a belt, it's got flames on it, but it works.
Yeah, that stinks, dude.
Yeah.
Also, the gloves.
I said the gloves.
Oh, you did mention.
And
the
I
gloves.
think it's those gloves where you could use your phone.
That's
guy
around,
rules.
That's around his neck.
Who is this?
You've probably heard
We
this by
must
now.
find this person.
Probably heard this by now, but Steve, and this is really important that we follow his terrible second year, terrible fantasy team.
Oh, I know.
That Steve dropped Thatcher Demko last night.
I did.
I got a text from Tic Tac Tomar.
Oh,
Tic Tac Tomar told me to ask Steve about his fantasy team because he lost by 4 points this week or last week. Now.
To Omar?
to Omar.
Oh, and
So-
you are winless.
I'm
on the
winless.
year.
I'm going to win this week, though.
I can hear
I'm
Omar.
up on Myrtle pretty big.
I can
I'm
hear
gonna win.
Omar's laugh right now. I love Omar's laugh.
Are you going to admit that you have a shit fantasy team?
No. I have a very good team. And,
What round did you draft Thatcher Demko in?
not high. not high, and that's maybe the problem. Is I maybe should have.
I don't think anybody could have
earlier.
called the Canucks being this bad, though.
You know what it was? Jake Ottinger went so much higher than I anticipated, and he was my guy.
Who was your guy?
And as soon as he got picked, I don't remember by who, my plan just flew out the window. I didn't know what to do. But I mean, he's injured, so I can't really complain. I called Omar at the very beginning of the week, and his team is called the Mukal Buntings. And Mukal, like the Pokemon, he's terrible. And I call him up. I just go, Omar. He goes, yeah. I go, are you the Mukal Buntings? He goes, yeah. I go, eat shit. And I just hang up the phone. And that was the last time we spoke until he called me while I was shooting an LFR. I got it on camera. I got to find it. He goes, hey, Steve. I go, or no, he called me from no caller ID.
So he covered his ID. I love that.
So he covered his ID, and I picked it up. Well, because it's like 11 at night. I go, hello? He goes, eat shit! And I go, no! Damn it!
That's good.
Yeah, he got me, and he made me 0-4, and I shouldn't have lost.
0-4. Okay, so
You're in a hole.
Steve dropped Thatcher Demko, and Thatcher Demko dropped a lot of goals last night. The Vancouver Canucks are not good. And what's been interesting about the last week, and it's been hidden by the fact that Mitchell Miller has dominated headlines, and rightly so,
yes,
is that Jim Rutherford came out and made some pretty extreme comments. If these were made in Toronto, in a non-Mitchell Miller situation, you better believe they are front page news all over the NHL. Here's what he said. We're at a point now where we have to make these players more accountable. He added that the club will have to take, quote, necessary steps to get the players' attention. Imagine that in Toronto. And, well, I say imagine that in Toronto. Imagine that in Vancouver.
It's not even the most inflammatory comments made by a president.
No, but he is...
I mean, play it?
Yeah.
I got it
Can
from...
we play it?
So, yeah, Jim Rutherford was on Sportsnet 650, and he went off.
Can we play this?
Yeah, it's
I think
radio.
We can play the audio, I
Yeah,
think.
I'm
Yeah,
playing
because it's for news, so I think we can do it.
I think we're fine.
Go ahead.
First of all, this is not going to get changed in a real short period of time. I know that we all recognize that, and there's a real challenge here, related to sorting out contracts and different things like that. But at this point, I would have expected better. I didn't like our training camp, and we continued into the early part of the season the same way as our training camp was. And in order for us, there's a lot of things that have to happen, but in order for us to become a better team, we have to play with a stronger system and really be more accountable for some of the things that some of the players are struggling with. So when in the NHL now, the way the game's played and the way the game's called by the referees, it's hard to defend because, you can't get away with those cross checks in front of the net, knocking the guys out of the way. And so it's understandable that teams are going to give up leads. And, it happens all over the league. But the fact that it has happened as many times as it has for the Canucks in this short period of time, it's a major concern and something has to be fixed. When you...
So Bruce Boudreau's so fired.
We're not playing with the right system is a direct shot at your head coach.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he wants... Here's the thing, and I didn't realize this. I was reading The Athletic this morning. Boudreau, and I think maybe you guys haven't forgotten this, but I had, was brought in before Rutherford was. Rutherford couldn't... Stan Smeel was the interim president for like a few months.
Yeah.
And Rutherford was dealing with an injury.
He had COVID last year, didn't he?
COVID, but I think there was something else.
He had
maybe.
some sort of...
There was something where he had a health issue. He couldn't be there, and so Stan Smeel took over. And obviously, Bruce Boudreau came in, and Rutherford said he's been extremely critical of the structure which his team plays, which is impossible to process without seeing as an indirect criticism of Bruce Boudreau. He recently noted on After Hours that when he decided to join the Canucks organization, he wasn't aware the club had already agreed to a deal lasting more than a year with Boudreau. And you remember, too, in June, Boudreau was like, well, maybe I won't be back next year unless they give me a raise. And Rutherford said, okay, then don't come back. And now I want to remind you, and CJ pointed this out about 2 weeks ago when the Canucks were also bad,
They really did. I thought they were turning a corner.
Yeah,
for a sec.
so he pointed it out a couple weeks ago, which is, listen, you still got Travis Green on the books, and you're going to fire Bruce Boudreau. It's sort of like the Leafs with Keefe and Babcock. Both are on the books.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure you want to fire the head coach? And so I understand what Jim Rutherford's saying, but I'm going to give you a bit of a hot take here. This is Jim Rutherford's fault, and I say that in the most respectful way possible. You had the chance to change the coach, but you obviously didn't want to pay two coaches not to coach for you. I get it. You had the chance to change the makeup of this roster this summer. The only thing you really did was add Ilya Mikheyev's contract. And he's been injured, unfortunately. He's a very useful player, but he's not going to... If Ilya Mikheyev being out is the make or break on your team having success, then you're not a Stanley Cup contender.
And
you had the... You did not have to
point out that was the case for the Leafs for a while. Yeah, man,
and they're not.
They didn't win. So.
Bo Horvat needs a new contract.
Also, McCabe's back. He was playing last night.
I know, but what I'm saying is that it's not an excuse.
Started on the wrong.
Bo Horvat is scoring lights out right now, and he needs a new contract. He's
off to an amazing start.
You did not have to sign JT Miller to that extension, and we talked about it this summer. What I said this summer, and I agree, I still stand by this. They felt this summer on value that they were not going to get the value they thought was fair for JT Miller. So why not re-sign him and then try to trade him later? But the problem is now the team's really bad. Mm-hmm. They clearly need to retool. Obviously, Rutherford's not a fan of rebuilding because he did say, well, while it's great that these teams are rebuilding, but what you don't see is the 4 or 5 years in between where they're bad. Well, the Canucks have been bad for 10 years. Mm-hmm. So at a certain point, you got to bite the bullet. JT Miller, Bo Horvat, whatever it is you think is the right move, you got to do something. And it can't be like, well, you can offload Tyler Myers' contract, maybe, but it seems like he's played okay for them. What is there really to do other than to make a big move?
They can't really afford to lose any other D-man.
No, they can't.
Listen, Scheifele and Wheeler, who are often criticized on this show, especially for their two-way play, they're on a team right now that's a wagon.
Yeah,
the Winnipeg Jets are playing great. New coach back there. JT Miller is one of the most visually shocking players I've ever watched.
In what way?
He is worse than anything anyone ever accused Phil Kessel of being in Toronto.
Whoa.
He's just abysmal in his own end.
Okay.
Doesn't give a shit. Can't be arsed. And he's going to put up points, and he plays hard, takes way too many penalties in his own end. Mm-hmm. If he has the puck, it's a fucking grenade.
Wow. Like that. Okay, those are some strong words, Steve.
Dude, if you're a player on the Vancouver Canucks and JT Miller has the puck in your end, it's your job to skate over to him, stick lift, and take it away. It'll be better for your team if you do. I've never seen a forward so bad in their own end. Wow. And he makes $8 million. He just signed that new deal, which doesn't that not kick in until next year?
Yeah.
That guy in his own end is appalling. He's shocking. Yeah, Jesse's looking at one. That's him in overtime. He's not allowed to play in overtime. He's not.
He does. He really doesn't try.
He doesn't.
He tries at one end of the ice, and once the puck leaves the zone, he's just.
You didn't have to go back that far. Go look at Kirby Dach's goal look up Kirby Dach's goal in the. I know we can't show it. Kirby Dach's goal from last night. The Montreal Canadiens. That performance is the sort of thing that should maybe get someone fired, but this player, I don't know if you could get to him with a megaphone.
Where is he? Point him out to me.
Right there.
There he is.
There he is. He gets the puck. Here you go. There you go.
Oh, I'm a freeze frame that turnover.
Just abysmal. Jesse can't even pause. It happened so fast.
Oh gosh.
The thumbnail of the video is him giving it away. Bless whoever at the Sportsnet YouTube channel did that. Come on, Jesse, you can do it. I believe in you.
It's awful.
Look at that. can't give a shit. Go to the guy behind you or something if you don't know what to do.
And you know what?
Like,
Sometimes,
holy-
and I think we've experienced, if you work at a certain job long enough, sometimes you just get stale. And you come in one day and you
Hasn't
go,
even been there that long.
well, no, I know, but he's 3 or 4 years. That can be enough for people sometimes.
Sure.
Some people are not 10-year people.
Then don't sign the deal.
Well, I mean, no, you're signing the deal. Come on. And he knows he's not staying there the whole time.
Look at the body language.
The effort after he gives away the puck is even more egregious than the giveaway.
Oh.
Because I can hear your argument for he turns around quickly and all of a sudden Doc's there. But once he gives away the puck, then there's also no effort to try and stop Doc, who's just going to walk to the net and
By the
score
way,
an empty.
little shout out to Kirby Doc, who looks amazing this year.
Hickory
Yeah.
dickory.
What happened?
Yeah, man.
What happens to
Montreal
everybody
looks great.
leaves Chicago and gets
So
better?
he passes it and then he literally
Oh.
glides. He glides backwards and lets Doc just walk by him. No effort. Absolutely no
That's
effort.
what I'm saying is this guy, I think this guy's just done. And I think
Look at
sometimes
Jeb go.
you
It's
get
like-
to the point where the workplace sometimes where you just don't care about it anymore. You're like, I have to do this work, but I don't want to. And you know what, man? I'm not questioning his character when I say this. But I have
don't
to
know what
imagine
kind of guy he
no, I don't know what kind of guy he is, but I don't want this taken out of context. But I think you do see NHLers at a certain point where sometimes they're like, yeah, I don't give a shit about the crest.
Listen,
I'm tired of being here.
if you're Bruce Boudreau and your job's on the line, scratch him. I'm serious. He's actually horrible. He's highly skilled. He's an aggressive player. You either, I would love to know what % of his shifts start in the defensive zone and if it's negative 25. If it's on your side of the center ice line, he's a bottom 5 player in the league.
Absolutely.
Look at that bullshit. Sorry, Jesse keeps playing it. It's the giveaway, but also like here.
Okay.
So show when Doc blows by him.
Yeah. So
So here he is.
JT Miller's passing the puck. Doc comes,
R1's him. R1's him. There
Gives
you
it
go.
away.
takes the puck.
Poke check.
And look at him. He's standing completely upright.
Yeah. He makes no effort to turn around and try and stop Doc, who just stole the puck from him, and Doc scores. It is one of the worst defensive efforts I've seen in a long time.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. That was great.
Dude.
Great. There's a guy. Listen, sometimes it's over. Sometimes in a bad relationship, and you guys have broken up with people, except for Steve, who's never broken up with anyone in his whole life.
That's not true.
Yeah, but they gave him the contract 4 months ago.
I get it. People get married all the time, get divorced. You're looking at one. It happens. And what I'm telling you is that it is time to move on.
So, to your point, are we blaming Jim Rutherford for giving him that contract?
No,
This is his fault.
I am blaming Jim
Well,
Rutherford
Patrick Alvin's
for
the
not.
GM.
Well,
Yeah,
okay,
that's true.
But
That's true.
if Jim wants to put himself out in front of the public, we know that Patrick Alvin has to walk over to Jim Rutherford's office and go,
Yes.
Jim, you cool with this trade? Just check it. Okay, cool. Sign off on it.
Yeah.
Guys,
Well-
I am telling you right now that management group are at fault for this. They made 0 changes this summer. They didn't change the coaching. They didn't change the style. They didn't change the accountability in the room. And they did not change the personnel. Guys, this was a bad team last year. What else do you need to know? And maybe they needed to know. Maybe they needed to find out. Maybe they did need to fuck around and find out, because sometimes you just do.
I still don't think they should be this bad, although their decor is such
I have a theory.
world of hurt.
I do have a theory.
Okay.
So what do we know about
Connor Bedard's really good.
Yeah, he is. What do
Is that your theory?
What do we know about the previous group in Vancouver? What do we know?
What do we know?
What do we know about Jim Benning and the group that
Nice
You don't think-
head of hair.
You don't think he did have?
No, tell me. What do we know? What do we know?
Nice head of hair.
Okay, that's good.
Start there.
Yeah.
He basically was a puppet for the owners, the Aquilinis.
If you're Jim Rutherford and you've dealt with difficult owners before, remember he was the president of the Carolina Hurricanes when the son was suing the father.
Yeah.
You want to talk about difficult billionaires? Jim Rutherford's seen that. And sometimes you got to let people step in it. And I wonder if there wasn't a conversation this summer. Jim goes, you know what, Francesco, we need to change A, B, and C. And Francesco's like, I don't know. Those look pretty good to me. He goes, you know what? Why don't we try it your way? Better to try it his way first and go, not seeing the results. Would you like me to do something about that now?
He's 74.
What does he care? Jim Rutherford has fuck you money, man.
Jim
he doesn't
Rutherford's
need
74?
Yeah.
He's old.
Wow.
He's made millions and millions and millions of dollars.
He's older than Ric Flair.
Yeah. Woo!
Younger than Lou Lamoriello.
Well, that's not surprising.
Oh, no way.
Most of the world is younger than
Lamoriello's
Lou.
almost 80.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Anyway, sorry. So all of that is about the team. I think first thing you can do to improve the culture is get rid of that guy.
Right. But what I'm saying
Get rid of JT
is
Miller.
this Jim Rutherford letting Francesco Aquilini step in it?
What gives me pause is, and we've seen a few of these over the last week, is press conferences that make no sense.
Okay.
Whenever someone has a press conference that makes no sense, I think it's because they're talking around the parameters they've been given. He can't tell the whole truth. He can't really give his true feelings. So
You thought Rutherford's comments made no sense?
well,
Or they didn't say the whole truth?
they sort of pointed to everything, though. Oh, this is a problem and that's a problem.
Because everything is a problem. This team's garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when everything's a problem, doesn't it go all the way to the top?
This is what I'm saying, because Jim Rutherford won a cup in Carolina. Did he win the cup in Pittsburgh too?
No, he won too.
He won 2 cups. Yeah, this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So I find myself going, oh, well, this is Jim Rutherford's fault. He kept the team the same. And then I'm like, wait a second. This guy's smart. He didn't keep this team the same for no reason.
Right.
I don't know. It's the best theory we have. It doesn't, listen, Jesse, you're NHL 23 GMing the Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah.
And you haven't played a game this season. Are you keeping the roster the same?
So I understand from their perspective in that they sat there in June, July, and they looked at the roster and they said, there's a lot of good pieces here. Let's run it back and see what we got. And then they got to training camp, they started the regular season, and they said, okay, we've seen what we got, and it's not good. So, but I understand the decision in June, looking at that roster on paper and saying, hey, let's not tear it down. Let's wait and see. And then it's just gone much worse than anybody could have ever anticipated.
You can't, I don't care what you think about Bruce Boudreau, you can't give this group another coach.
No. It's at this point, we've evaluated now. It's the players. It's the group of individuals. It's not the people who are trying to get them motivated and get them ready to play hockey.
You ride Boudreau until the end of the season unless you have an opportunity to grab someone like a Trotz. But other than that,
Tell me why you couldn't grab Trotz.
oh, if he doesn't want to.
Okay, well, maybe he doesn't want to.
I still even if Barry Trotz wants it, it's not on the coach. It doesn't help.
If I'm Trotz, I say, yeah, I'll coach for you next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys sort this bullshit out. No, that's dude, I maintain I'm a believer in this team. I don't think tearing it all the way down is the solution there. They have to trade that player.
Mm-hmm.
They have to trade that
I
player.
don't fault them for saying we have Pettersson, Besser, Horvat,
Pettersson
Hughes.
playing well too.
Oh yeah, same with Horvat.
Horvat is double digit.
Oh yeah.
There's no oh fuck.
And on top of those 4, you also have Demko, who should be really good.
And nobody coming off your books after
We
this year.
have a great goaltender. We have a couple young stars. We should be okay. Let's see what we got, and then what they got is just a lot less.
The
because
Canucks
they have
cap
no
friendly.
defense.
The Canucks cap friendly page is cap unfriendly.
Yeah, actually, no, Adam. They do have a guy coming off the books, Bo Horvat.
Oh God! All right,
He gave the extension to the wrong guy.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
that's what it came down to.
100%.
You said JT Miller's the guy. It should have been Horvat.
Yeah.
Yep. After years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by big wireless providers, if we learned anything, it's there's always a catch. So when we first heard about Mint Mobile offering premium wireless starting at just $15 a month, we thought, what is the catch? But after talking to them about their service, it all made sense. There isn't any catch at all. Mint Mobile's secret sauce is that they're the first company to sell wireless service online only. They cut out the cost of retail stores and pass those savings on to you. If you hate your phone bill, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless at just $15 a month. Mint Mobile gives you the best rate whether you're buying for one or a family. And at Mint, families start at 2 lines. All plans come with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. So basically, if you want to get your new wireless plan for $15 a month, you can get that plan shipped to your front door for free. Go to mintmobile.com/SDP. That's mintmobile.com/SDP. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com. American listeners only. Again, it's mintmobile.com/SDP. Our next product is pretty cool. Let's talk about Athletic Greens. Jesse, why do you like Athletic Greens so much?
I like Athletic Greens because Lewis Hamilton drinks Athletic Greens. I also drink Athletic Greens every morning. So I am basically the same as my favorite driver,
Are you tall,
Lewis Hamilton.
handsome, successful? Jesse Blake or Lewis Hamilton? You'll love Athletic Greens.
Lewis Hamilton is not tall. He is a short king.
That's true. He is
About to say, that's a race car driver. That's the opposite of what they are.
That's very true. Very true. Now listen, Athletic Greens is lifestyle friendly, whether you eat keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free. We talk about this every single week. It was started by somebody who was fed up with the supplement thing and wasn't getting the benefits that they needed. And here's the thing. When you take 1 scoop in the morning, and that's all you need, you get 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to start your day right. And when you use the promo code, are you ready? Are you ready for the promo code? It's SDP. I had to find it. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you 1 free supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is go to athleticgreens.com/SDP. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/SDP to take ownership of your health and pick up the ultimate in daily nutritional insurance and potentially be handsome just like Jesse.
And Lewis.
Okay.
Dude, he's awful.
Now, we got to do a couple things before we wrap the show up. First off, producer Drew is asking us. That's right. He requested that we give the people our top 5 teams of the season so far based on what?
Yes.
On best. Whatever teams you think are the top 5 teams in the league, we'll do that. So, Steve, you want to start us off at number 5?
Oh, boy. Okay, at number 5, I was trying to figure out what order to put them in. Don't look.
No,
don't
sorry.
look.
I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm going to go Seattle Kraken.
Oh, I like that pick.
They are one of the best teams in the league. They're on a 5-game winning streak right now, and they have done it they've done it in absolute silence. No one's talking about this team. No one cares that they're playing well.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't tell you who their top scorer is. They've just been going about their business, and here they are fairly comfortably in a playoff spot, and we're a month into the season.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats to the Seattle Kraken for the best month in franchise history.
Yeah, no kidding. Good for them.
Legit.
Okay, do I want to go 5s, 4, 3, 2, 1 around the room, or do I go 5, 4, 2, 3, 2, 1, Steve, or how do we want to do this?
Around the room.
So it'd be 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll do a rotation. Jesse, what's yours?
In 5th place for me, I have the Winnipeg Jets.
Hey, good
The
pick.
Winnipeg Jets are playing really hard right now. They are, I think, in my opinion, outplaying their skill level in that they are hustling. New head coach in there seems to be doing his thing with the crew. And it's the return of Connor Hellebuck. He is standing on his head. He is saving some games for them. And if they get this level of goaltending, and, if Scheifele decides to backcheck every now and again, this is a team that could surprise in a weaker Western Conference.
Yeah.
And I like everything I've seen out of the Winnipeg Jets so far. 5th place for me.
The West does look a little bad. I'm going to say at number 5 for me, and this will be surprising considering the ranks I gave them in the offseason, the Philadelphia Flyers.
I thought about it.
Surprise of the year so far, and I wouldn't be shocked if one of you have them higher on the list. Listen, John Tortorella said, coming in, this team needs an identity. We got accountability problems. I'm not going to name a captain, not a chance. And this team without Van Riemsdyk, Tortorella favorite Cam Atkinson, and a couple other big players like Ryan Ellis are just... and
they should be in 33rd place.
They should. But they are continuing to do extremely well. And you know what I love about them? They are 4-1-1 at home. Philadelphia is a hard place to play again.
As it always should be.
That's how it should be. Steve, go ahead with number 4, my friend.
Philly in a playoff spot, by the way. Number 4, I'm going to go with Jesse's number 5, the Winnipeg Jets. So for any Canucks fan that had any issue with any of the things I had to say about their team and JT Miller, this is exactly what I saw the Jets were capable of. On paper, I think they have the skill. I really do. They have the talent. They've showed us that they have the talent by going on playoff runs for several years. And this offseason, they had the opportunity to really let the wheels fall all the way off. They start the season. Their coach isn't even there. Their brand new coach isn't even there because he got COVID. And still, here they are. Mark Scheifele killing it. Blake Wheeler, not the captain anymore. Doesn't matter. Connor Hellebuck, fantastic. One of the top teams in the league right now.
Jesse Blake, number 4.
Number 4, this offseason, we all talked about, Boston's going to maybe fall out of one of those Atlantic spots, but we're penciling in Florida and Tampa and Toronto. They're going to be there. Hello, welcome to the Detroit Red Wings show. And it's because of 3 players on this team who have been just off to a terrific start. 1, Dylan Larkin, 15 points in 13 games. 2, you wouldn't have expected this, but Dominique Kubalik is on fuego, 16 points in 13 games to start the year, and the best offseason signing, value, personality-wise, skill-wise.
Who is it?
Billy Husso. Ladies and gentlemen,
even know what his voice sounds like.
You could have all had him.
Pick Billy Husso out of a lineup, Jesse.
You could have all had Billy Husso. I know what he looks like. Stop it. 5-1 to start the year. Save percentage, 941.
Love.
Dude is on fire. Great start for the Red Wings. I believe they're 7-3-3, 17 points to start the year. Great start for a very young team that looks to be very good.
My number 4 is also the Winnipeg Jets. And I got to say, the one thing that's always made sense to me about Winnipeg, what they're doing, it doesn't matter what they do on forward. It doesn't matter what they do on defense. It all comes down to one name. And it's the best goalie in the league, and that's Connor Hellebuck. I'm a fan of him. This guy, if he keeps playing like this, he is the runaway Vezina Trophy winner. He is unbelievable year in and year out. And the only thing that's really let him down before is the shitty defense they play around him. Go Connor Hellebuck, Winnipeg Jets at number 4. Steve, give us your number 3.
Do you know what Jesse has on the screen right now?
What?
It's Billy Husso.
he just needed to check. He needed to check that I knew what he looked like.
Pull him up. You guys are making fun of. I said he has a great personality. He doesn't talk a lot, but he's awesome.
Yeah, well, he doesn't
Great
bring
player.
the smile like Samsonov.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
he has one of the weird headshot player of headshots.
By the way, I just want to throw this out there. Hellebuck, right behind Husso, he's got a 938
Where
save
is he?
percentage.
Where is he?
Right behind.
What's that B word?
Okay.
Behind him. Because Husso's number 1.
All right.
Screaming.
All right. Go ahead, Steve. Number 3.
We should all have the same top 3 except in different orders, to be honest.
Maybe. Number 3, and I'm deciding the order right now.
Yeah.
You know what? Number 3, I'm going to go with, I'm amazed a coach hasn't been fired yet. And this team is part of the reason why. I thought it was going to take max 5 games. The New Jersey Devils.
Well, the fans sure wanted it.
Yeah, and sometimes the fans are wrong too. And Devils fans gave Adam a lot of shit for imagining that Adam ever criticized them. You never did.
Never happened.
Never. Why would he? But no, Devils fans, I think, can admit they were wrong. They were booing Lindy Ruff out of the building during the home opener. And now here they are, I believe, the top-ranked team in the entire league.
No, that's Vegas.
They're top 5. They're way up there. They're running over Western Canada. They're running over every opponent, basically. No, what I meant was they are 9-1 in their last 10. Gotta love what the Devils are doing. Great story.
Jesse Blake, number 3.
I also have the New Jersey Devils at number 3. I did not know that Jesper Bratt had this in him. I did not think Vitek Vanacek would be playing this well. Mackenzie Blackwood hasn't been that great, but they are getting goaltending. And the thing that we've been saying for years, if they can finally put it together and the young stars step up and take another step and they get goaltending, they're going to be decent. And that's what they are.
It's amazing what you can do with not the worst goaltending in the entire NHL.
In like the history of the league.
Yeah, which they had.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on number 3 with we thought they were done Boston Bruins. Mitchell Miller situation aside, this team has been unbelievable. The vibes,
immaculate.
And,
in the locker room.
And you know what? It just, as a Leaf fan, it's sort of like, it's sort of the end of Anchorman. God, I hate you, Ron Burgundy, but God damn it, I respect you. That's what the Bruins are to me, a Leaf fan. How can you not love Patrice Bergeron? God, I hate Brad Marchand, but I kind of love him too. And there's so much about being a Bruin that you respect, that you enjoy, and it is fun to see this last ride. And they have torn up the NHL. 2 great goalies, unbelievable. Boston Bruins number 3.
Yeah, 11-2, I think they are, and they're my number 2 team right now. The Boston Bruins. It was a real toss up between 1 and 2. They're the hottest team in the league, or one of them. Sorry, they did lose to the Leafs. Hey, high five. But it's not just how well they're doing. It's we thought they were dead.
Yes,
exactly.
I had them, I want to say 3rd in the Atlantic. You guys were wrong and had them lower. But even I was
4th.
wrong. Yeah, I was even wrong. Like I should have had them. Apparently, I should have had them 1st in the league, or 2nd in the league, whatever they are now. No Marchand, still hot. No McAvoy, still no McAvoy, still hot. Ullmark has lost exactly 1 game. Listen, there's been a lot of talk about the culture in the Bruins room. The Bruins organization, rightfully taken left and right punches all week. They deserve it. The room, that's one of the most bulletproof rooms in the entire league. And this is why. It's hard to quantify magic. And they got it.
Jesse Blake.
Remember I told you we'd have the same top 3 except in a different order? I have the Boston Bruins at number 2. So we should definitely shout out Ullmark. We should definitely shout out David Pastrnak, who has 20 points so far this season. That's ridiculous. He's probably not going to challenge McDavid because McDavid's on fire, but Pastrnak is having a great season. And I think I mentioned this before. The Boston Bruins are 2 years away from their 100th anniversary as a team. This season is their greatest start ever in those 98 years. That is one hell of an accomplishment. And they have so many Hall of Famers on their team. And we're going to look back on this era of Bruins from 2011-ish. Maybe I should go back. 2008-ish?
I'd say from the moment they signed Zdeno Chara, which I think was 2007.
2007 through 2020. If they get a couple more in this little run of Boston Bruins hockey, it's going down in history as one of the greatest runs of sports teams in the NHL. You know, all the Hall of Famers are going to be on it, and if this is their last dance, that'll be sad to end. But they're going out with a bang, unbelievable team so far this year. They're my number 2.
My number 2 is a team that looked like number 2 last year and had a number 2 year. They were bloated. They were overcapped. They were poorly managed, and their starting goaltender wasn't even going to play this year. Didn't play this year. But don't worry, they found 2 more. It's the Vegas Golden Knights, guys. They have won 8 games in a row. This is a team that really doesn't have one player that scored a bazillion points. Like if you look at the Oilers, it's like McDavid, Draisaitl, and then everybody else. This team scores by committee, and I think it's kind of fascinating to have a look at it because you got Eichel, 15 points in 14 games, Riley Smith, 12 and 14, William Karlsson, 12 and 14, Chandler Stevenson, 11 and 14, Mark Stone, 11 and 14, Marchessault, 10 and 14. Shea Theodore and Alex Pietrangelo also have 10 points. When you have that kind of scoring all the way through the lineup, and you have 2 goaltenders who are duking it out for best goalie on this team, and honestly could be duking it out for best goalie in the league here pretty soon. Thompson and Aiden Hill, between the 2 of them, have only lost 2 games, and they both have a save percentage over .925.
I don't know about the Vezina, but a Jennings could be coming the way.
Well, and you could, if things even out, and they will for some of the goalies with the ridiculously high save percentages, you could see a split Vezina this year for the first time in a long, long time with these 2.
Yeah, we always say that. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see. Steve, you're number 1.
Is Vegas for all the reasons that you laid out, hottest team in the league. And what you described is what made Vegas so good in their inaugural year and the year after. They just come at you in waves. It's absolutely endless. It's relentless. They outskate you. They out-hustle you. They outshoot you. They outscore you. All that while they have an amazing blue line back there, a big blue line back there, a blue line that knows how to move the puck, goalies who know how to stop it. I'm sorry. What is there to not like about the Vegas Golden Knights?
And who would have thunk?
Who would have thunk it?
Jesse Blake.
I have Vegas at number 1. Let's take a moment to appreciate Jack Eichel. coming off of what he did, what happened to him last year in the saga with Buffalo, and then you come back. Finally, a full healthy, full recovery off season. You come to training camp, you start the season. You are having a great year so far with 6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points in 14 games. Jack Eichel leading the Vegas Golden Knights like we always thought he could after he got traded there. Yeah. Fantastic start for them.
Can they keep up number 1 status, though, now that they have no more games left against the Leafs?
It's going to be tough.
Hey, Toronto biased media. All we do is talk about the negative things here in Toronto. The Toronto Maple Leafs were the last team to lose at home to the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, Vegas now has beaten all 32 teams on the road.
You're right.
That was the last one. Nobody ever talked about that.
Yeah.
That was the fucking record, and the Leafs were the Leafs held that record. They didn't lose to the Vegas Golden Knights at home.
We're 32nd. We're 30.
Come on. They finally did something good, and nobody talks about it.
Well, we should talk about that more.
Yeah.
No. Now, guys.
No, talk about the negative stuff.
Shut your face.
Guys, it might surprise you.
Oh, you got
It might surprise you that people slept on number 1. But you would be an idiot. You would be a moron. You would be completely out of touch if you did not take the NHL's best team and put them at number 1. They are the NHL's most looked over franchise. The fans are demanding your respect. Damn it, you better give it to them. It's the New Jersey 7 games in a row Devils, motherfucker. This team is unbelievable. They started this season 3-3, and people were like, "Uh-oh, fire Lindy." I don't think so, guys. This team is unbelievable. 5-2-0 at home. That's the key. And what's crazy about the Devils this year, and this is why I put them above Vegas and above Boston, you could conceive Boston being good. I don't know that anybody called Boston being this good this early. Nobody called that. Okay, you could conceive of Vegas being good. They barely missed the playoffs last year. There were some questions in that, but you thought, okay, you know what? They play a good system. They got a really good coach in Bruce Cassidy and full season of Jack Eichel with a full training camp. Yeah, I think they look pretty good.
2 wild card teams. You don't know where they're going to end up.
The Devils were trash last year. Absolute trash. And there were people going, don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on them to me means, hey, they moved up 16 spots in the standings from near dead last to 13th. Good for you. Great. You're in the playoffs. Fantastic.
But
nobody had them in the top 3,
no.
Except for me, because I have been a believer since forever.
The
New Jersey Devils.
Constantly were trying to get Jesse and I on board, and
I just don't know why you guys didn't. I don't get it. I don't understand what you don't get about this team. Jesper Bratt, Nico Hischier, Jack Hughes, Dougie Hamilton, all the people that you need to be scoring are scoring. And look at this. They have goaltending. Okay? Vitek Vanacek. Actually, I mean, Mackenzie Blackwood not playing has actually done them a favor. Vanacek is far and away the better goalie this year, and that's in comparable games. Vanacek's played 8, Blackwood has played 7, and he's got a .915 save percentage. Guys, the New Jersey Devils are nothing to mess with. They're fast, they're young, and they have literally nothing to lose. That's scary.
Who are the Washington Capitals goaltending scouts?
So explain what you mean, Steve.
Well, Ilya Samsonov is off to a great start, and Vitek Vanacek is off to an even better one. And the Caps went out and spent big money on Darcy Kemper. And
how's that going?
Not that he's been bad, but that feels like a.
Could you have had both of those goalies for the same price it cost you to get Darcy Kemper?
That's a good question, Adam. Just feels like a bit of a whiff.
Shout out to the New Jersey Devils and their fans. Number 1 on my power rankings list. Now, do we want to do a press conference or do we want to wrap?
Yeah, it's a press conference.
Quick presser.
The Presser. SDP. The Steve Dangle Press Conference.
Last night on youtube.com/SDPN, Adam Wild made his return to the NHL video game after saying,
I rose from the dead like the New Jersey Devils.
Yes.
And I didn't know how to pass.
Oh my God.
I don't know how you forgot.
Do you have the clip?
Of which one?
The goal that Adam should have scored?
Yeah, I'll bring it
No,
up.
I don't actually think this one's Adam's fault, but it's really funny.
froze.
So let's watch it anyway.
Whose fault is it?
I mean, his.
So last night, can you guys explain what we did and what happened and how
Steve.
it went and how much fun it was?
We had a NHL 22 tournament on PS4. It was Jesse and Mike Schmidt, aka the Steve Punchers, taking on the Moet Mustangs, Adam Wilde and Steve Dangle. And I gotta say, we played you real hard. We played you real tough, and those were 2 close games. We had you shaking in your boots.
Except that our possession numbers were terrible. We were Randy Carlisle
That's
hockey.
all right. That's all right.
I think the first game we had less than 45 seconds time on attack. It was bad.
We had 8 seconds of time on attack in the
one
first period.
And we still outshot them. It was beautiful.
It was quite bad. Jesse's going to show the clip. Can you do it in slow motion?
Okay, this is
Sure.
embarrassing.
It was the games were close until we decided that they weren't going to be close anymore. To be honest, like that second game, once you started chirping, and I was like, okay, now I got to sit up in my chair and play. It wasn't close anymore.
What about the first game where you guys narrowly avoided coughing up a 3-goal lead?
What did you say? Did we do that?
You did that.
We did not do that. We did not cough up any 3-goal lead because we won the game. Clean sweep, 2-0 in the series. So this is a clip if you're watching on YouTube.
It's the Devils versus the Devils.
We were playing the Devils versus Devils in game 2. I had the puck as the goalie and Mackenzie Blackwood. I passed it right onto Adam's stick.
No, that's my stick.
Oh, that's you?
Yeah, I had it.
Oh, okay.
And
so
I
I
shot
passed it right onto Steve's stick, who passed it right to Adam.
No, that's a shot. I took a shot and Adam blocked it.
No,
so I got in the way.
Okay, yeah. So Steve's shooting the puck after my goalie passes it right to him. The cage is wide open. I'm not even close to the goal. Adam's in front of the net, and he takes Steve's shot that was going into the net.
Just haters.
And instead of simply shooting it into the open cage, Adam takes the puck and skates to the corner. He skates around.
I froze.
Look at my reaction.
And Steve is upset. He is shocked.
Steve's
in
reaction to that's
disbelief.
incredible. It's incredible.
Adam has the puck in front of the net. This screenshot is damning.
Now, how much money did we raise?
We raised just shy of $4,900 on the stream. The Schmidt Family Foundation said they were going to match it, and unfortunately they didn't. They doubled it and then some.
Wow.
They made a $10,000 donation to Easter Seals Ontario. So between the Schmidt Family Foundation and the stream, we raised $14,800 and something dollars. Actually, sorry, the Schmidt Family Foundation donated $10,000.69.
Oh, that's nice.
Wonderful.
Absolutely
Not bad
wonderful.
for an hour's worth of work.
That was great.
Yeah.
And
Not bad at all.
So thank you to you if you watched, if you donated, and obviously to the Schmidt Family Foundation, obviously for doing that as well. That's just absolutely, that was very, very cool. It's fun to do. And how easy was that?
Oh, yeah. And if you're listening to this, there's still time to get your donations.
Yes.
Yes,
but barely.
Well, yeah, I don't know when this podcast is going to go up, and I also don't know exactly when the deadline is. I think it's around 9 p.m. Eastern. Listen, that's just for who gets first place. The portal to donate will remain open.
Yes.
For I think several days after.
You know, and you can't donate to charity. Unless Steve's winning.
We're in first place. Hopefully we win. If we don't, I don't care.
That Easter Seals will appreciate your donations whether or not they go towards Steve Total.
I don't know that they will.
Race.
I think they reject them. They send them back.
Just donate to the fucking thing.
We don't need your stinking money. The tournament's over.
If you're
Send
listening
Easter
to this, you can still donate to Easter Seals. You can do it any time of year.
Every time you donate, the kids win, but also I do. So, more importantly, this guy right
All right,
here.
a couple questions, Jesse.
I just want to get that in there.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
All right, well, listen, we love you. We hope you have a fantastic weekend. The reason we did the Thursday show today is obviously the big tournament for Easter Seals is tomorrow. Tonight's the big gala. So, Steve, enjoy, have fun.
Thank you very much.
And I know Robert Malloy will be attending with you. And obviously the tournament is tomorrow. Jesse's not playing because of his ankle injury.
Oh my God, it fucking sucks.
And Steve will be playing. My hockey equipment is 4 hours away, so I can't.
I'm going to get my ankle injury.
Yeah, there you go. So we'll see you Monday. Thanks so much for tuning in, as always. And don't forget, because it's Thursday, CJ Show, also brand new today, along with an AP and all your game overs all weekend long. It's a lot going on.
Yeah, but it's a lot of good stuff.
Absolutely.
The Steve Dangle Podcast.
Powered by Sports Interaction, Canada's sportsbook.
Follow the guys on Twitter at Steve_Dangle, at Adam WYLDE, and at Jesse Blake. Connection complete.